Dopamine is the one thing that keeps you away from your dreams. Let me explain. You come home after a hard day at work and now you have two options. Work for your dreams or go on Instagram for 10 minutes and then start to work. Now you're scrolling on social media and 10 minutes flies by. Now you have to work, but just one more. So you keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling. That is mainly dopamine's fault. Every time you swipe, dopamine is being released in your brain. The hormone gives you a feeling of happiness and satisfaction, and the brain wants as much as possible from it. If you work hard and after 2 years you achieve your goal, a lot more dopamine is being released in your brain. The problem is that if you scroll on social media, you get the so-called cheap dopamine. The dopamine where you don't have to work for. Social media is just a good example because you just have to scroll and then you get a hit of dopamine. So you keep clicking to get dose after dose. As well as food with the overdose of sugar in it to keep you want more. Also porn and video games are cheap dopamine factories. So in today's society there are millions of people working to addict you to those things and you are standing there alone. So you must find a way to resist these things. A way to do this is a dopamine detox, and that I'm going to do for 1 week. In the next 7 days I'm not consuming anything that gives me this bad dopamine. So no social media, no sweets, no porn, no gaming, and the hardest thing for me, no music. Apparently after those 7 days I become a working machine and can easily resist to bad dopamine. So keep watching if you want to find out if it is worth for you to try out this detox and learn from my experience and tips. In the morning I had school and so I came home after lunch. So normally after school I go on my phone and check my social media and then I start to work. But because I can't do that because of the challenge, I'm now going for a walk. Let's go. So now I've been out for a little bit. It's just beautiful here in the nature and I'm not missing anything. I don't miss social media or my smartphone. And I also did this challenge because I have really a lot to do this week and I think I'm going to be really productive this week. So now I enjoyed the nature and now I'm going back home to work. Okay, so now I'm at home and now I'm going to start to work. In this video I will also give some tips to be more productive. Okay, so now I'm ready to work and now I'm going to use my first hack. So on your phone and also computer you can choose between different modes. So for example, when I activate my focus mode, I'm not getting any messages and certain apps disappear from my phone. This helps me to focus because when I'm on my phone to check for example my calendar and I see the Instagram app, I maybe click on it. But if the Instagram app isn't showing up to my screen, I can't click on it. So I started to work. I had a really intense working session and did a lot. I cut the Spotify side hustle video. The session felt really good and I was really happy and satisfied with my work. Okay, now I'm finished with working for the day. I'm really tired now. I'm currently eating something and it was a really good working session. To visualize my progress, I decided to make 2 tasks at the end of each day so that I could compare them and hopefully see that the detox actually worked. Okay, now I'm explaining the first test. Okay, so the first test is going to test my perseverance and also concentration. I just have to sit here as long as possible and I can't move, I can't speak, I can't stand up. So let's start. Let's move my finger. The time was 4:30 and now to the second challenge that I'm going to do every day. So I have to say the color of those words, but those aren't just any words, those are spelled colors. So it's a little bit tricky. And if I make a mistake, I have to start over again. So let's see how long it takes. Green, purple, yellow. Okay, done. Okay, so now I have the data of the first day and now I'm going to do those 2 tasks every day of the challenge. And at the end we are going to see if I got better or worse. And now I'm going to sleep and see you tomorrow. On day 2 I woke up at 9 AM. I got up, got dressed and had breakfast. Then I started to work again. It was quite short but also intense. I made some good progress with my Spotify video and brainstormed some video ideas. Okay, so now I worked for quite a bit. I was really productive and now I'm going to visit a friend. He lives pretty far away from me, and so it took me some time to get to his place. Arrived, he showed me some of his project. He makes YouTube and recently started with print on demand. We had a good time, and then we had a spontaneous idea. So now we're spontaneously going to the gym. I don't have gym clothes, but we're gonna see what we can do. The gym was a 10-minute walk away. We talked a lot and enjoyed the good weather. Arrived, we started to work out. Push, 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 push. I did not miss social media, sweets or something else, but nevertheless I'm sure that I had a lot of dopamine at that moment. So dopamine is actually a good thing. It keeps us alive and makes life to what it is. Actually, it was necessary for us humans to survive in the Stone Age. Because if dopamine hadn't never existed, humans maybe never had sex or just didn't want to eat. It gave us this instinct that we need to survive, and that's still important to this day. But many companies exploit this vital hormone to make profit. So now I go home. It was a very short but also intense workout. My friend is still in the gym, but I must go home because I must get the bus. It was very nice. So I started to go home. Okay, so now I'm back home and now we're gonna start with the 2 tasks. So I made the task and here are the results. First try. On day 3 I started in the mountains because in the last days I worked a lot and I wanted to enjoy nature for a day. The Spotify video was nearly finished and so I allowed myself a break. It was really magical. The art and forest had a real vibe and I also saw some rabbits. So until now the dopamine detox is very good, so I did not fail. And with this dopamine challenge I just want to reduce the bad dopamine and not the dopamine that helps you to enjoy your life. Now the sun is going down and now we'll get home. I enjoyed the last sunbeams and then I went back home. It was a really nice day with a lot of good dopamine in my head. So today school started again and therefore I didn't do any productive this morning. So now I'm beginning to work again, but with my second hack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to soundtracks of Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is a big music producer that produces soundtracks for big films like Pirates of the Caribbean. So currently many people say that if they listen to film soundtracks, especially the soundtracks from Hans Zimmer, they get more productive. Also researchers from Cambridge said that noise in general isn't to blame when it comes to lost productivity. The music just distracts someone from working if lyrics are in this music. So I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to try out and share my results. So I started. I usually always listen to music. If it's in the bus to the school or at home at my desk, I listen to music. And therefore it was also a real challenge to quit this habit for a week. The soundtrack from Hans Zimmer did not distract me. I really liked it because it made working more interesting. I edited my Spotify video and nearly finished it. So now I worked for quite a bit and I was really productive. Sometimes it was a little bit weird when I made like boring graphic work and the epic soundtrack was running in the background. So that was a little bit weird, but besides that I really liked it. It's definitely better than without any music. So now I'm going to continue to work a little bit and then I'm going to make some work for the school and then I will make the 2 tasks to finish my day. So I kept working for a bit and made some stuff for school. Before I went to bed I made my 2 tasks. Day 5 and 6 I did not any special. I went to school and finally finished my Spotify video. Day 7, the last day. In the morning I had school and therefore nothing special happened and I came home in the afternoon. Okay, so now the challenge ended and it was a very interesting experience. I feel like I had more motivation and also more fun to work. In the end, I would recommend you to make a dopamine detox. Especially when you're a lot on your phone and have problems to stay focused while working. And the challenges I did don't show a clear result. But a very clear result I had at this challenge. So if you want to know how you can make money with Spotify, watch this video right here.